So what's going on, everybody? Today I have an OBS tutorial for you for actually the best settings for 1080p 60 FPS, at least for an i7, because I have an i7. And just let's get straight into it. I have an i7 4790K, so these settings are actually for me the best. Don't know if they are the best for you, but I'm just going to show them. Maybe it works with 720p. I'm going to show you all right now. So let's get straight into it, because just beginner general, you have English right over here, because that is straight to the point. Setting profile, I have 1080p recordings. I also have a streaming profile and a 720p streaming profile, because that's actually pretty cool and good for actually if I am playing a game that I can't record in 1080p or can't play in 1080p. So without further ado, know the notification area icon off, all these things off, except enable cursor over projector. That means if you are not doing it, then it's below it and then you can't see it actually what you are doing. So that's for that. Let's go to encoding. No, not to scene switch or microphone noise gate, to encoding. I chose for the X264 because my CPU is pretty good. Like, it's an i7, it has a lot of power. The internal GPU is not good, and my GPU isn't that good too, so that's why I used the X264. Use CBRs on with quality balance 10. I mean, enable CBR padding is on, because if you don't do that, it's getting blurry and not good. Use custom buffer size off. For the max bitrate, we chose for 50,000. Why did I choose for 50,000? Because that's a good bitrate. Not too high, not too low. This is for 1080p. If you set it to 720p, just change 5 to a 6, and that is actually pretty cool. So that's actually the only thing that you have to change if you're changing from 1080p to 720p, or actually otherwise. So if you record 720p, 50,000. If you record 1080p, 60,000. No, actually, alright, 720p is 60,000, 1080p is 50,000. Seems straight to the point, I think. Codec, yeah, just copy this. This is not very important. Actually, the audio is just AAC, 84 kHz, 128 bit rate, stereo, because other is with mono, you heard it in one ear and you don't want that. Broadcast settings, file output only, just save where you want to save it. Actually, you have to do it in MP4. And how do you do that? Just actually go into here, choose a name. I'm just going to call it for now just OBS recording, and then you have to change this to MP4 and then just click on save. So there you go. That's the only thing you have to change here. Let's go to video. Yeah, here you are seeing your video adapter. I have a GTX 750i. I am using that because I'm not going to use the Intel graphics blah blah blah, because I'm using my GPU slot to my monitor, so not my internal GPU of my CPU. Resolution 920 by 1080. Resolution downscale none, because I'm recording 1080p. FPS, of course, 60, because we want to record in 60 FPS. If you want to do 720p, don't change this to 1280 by 720. You have to do the downscale to 1.5, because that's actually the base resolution then. So you have to do that if you have actually some kind of problems with 1080p and you can record 720p. Audio, it is just nothing. Just choose your microphone and your desktop audio device. Show only connected devices, that I have that on, because otherwise you see a lot of devices and that's not very good. Push talk delay, I have actually 200, don't know why, and 110, not very. Actually this is actually doesn't actually difficult. You have to just actually how to start your record. I start my record on num sub, so actually it's a minus above my plus on my numlock pad thing, exactly that. And now we're going to get to the fun part of everything. If you have multiple cores, like an i7 4-core or 8 threads, just check use multi-threaded optimizations. If you have an AMD FX 6300, it has 6 cores, so actually multi-threaded options, optimizations. I can choose that. Priority class normal, because if you change it to above normal, your game is going to get a lot of CPU power, and then the record isn't getting good from the CPU power. So that's actually why I did that. Scene buffering, you can change to 400 or 700, doesn't really matter. Disable encoding while previewing, I have that off, because then I can actually test my recordings and encoding settings while I don't have to record the footage. So that's why I actually do it. Allow other modifiers on hotkeys. Don't know what that is, so I'll just leave it to that. Now, this is actually the most important thing. Times 264 CPU preset. I have to very fast. If very fast doesn't help, change to super fast. Is that good? Isn't that good? Just change to ultra fast, and that's how you do it. Encoding profile main or high doesn't really matter actually. And 2, use CFR because you want to use a custom frame rate actually, because you just want that. Encode in full range, don't know what that is, and you don't want to go up above 61 or 6 FPS, so that's why I'll have that off. And this actually copy this, and actually everything you have to do. QuickSync encoder, you don't need it because we're using the times 264. And now the browser isn't good too, but there is something that is good. That's the microphone noise gate. I actually have some kind of thing on. I'm going to turn it off because then you are going to hear the noise maybe. Like, I'm going to do a little test right now. I have the microphone noise gate enabled because I have a lot of noise in my background, and that isn't good. So that's why I use it. Don't know why I'm using this. 7 minus 27 minus 26. And actually this. That's actually everything you have to change. So, alright, so now I'm talking, and now I'm going to be silenced. Alright, that isn't actually pretty quiet, so that's why I maybe can change it to this. Alright, never mind, just play around with it and you're going to get the best settings out of it. So, that is everything I actually did. So, I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to see you guys in another episode. So guys, bye bye.